Hello everyone and welcome to my home and away news. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Ugly, I think Gino pushed Jasmine away with cruel comments. She's found love with Branis and is expecting their baby. I believe Gino Palazzolo's behavior led Jasmine Pineda to distance herself from him and turn her into a true villain of 90 Day, The Last Resort. I enjoyed watching Gino and Jasmine's on-screen journey during their first season. They appeared sincerely in love and committed to making their relationship succeed. Despite their imperfections, such as Jasmine's jealousy and Gino's awkwardness, they appeared united in their vision for the future. By the end of the season, they had entered into a serious relationship, with Gino proposing to Jasmine and asking her to marry him. I had believed Jasmine and Gino couldn't make their marriage work, considering how long they were together. However, they proved me wrong in the end. They continued to argue and eventually sought therapy in 90 Day, The Last Resort Season 2. Jasmine shared that Gino had become distant and stopped being intimate with her. On the other hand, Gino mentioned needing time to move past Jasmine's disrespectful actions. Eventually, their relationship fell apart after Jasmine suggested an open marriage and became pregnant with her friend, Branis. While Jasmine did make her fair share of mistakes and told many lies throughout their relationship, she still showed a strong desire to find solutions to their issues with intimacy. In contrast, Gino didn't show the same eagerness to salvage their relationship. He remained distant and even resorted to mocking Jasmine's physical appearance. In an episode of a previous season, Gino went as far as to call Jasmine ugly when talking about her behavior. I don't think Gino should have called Jasmine ugly or made fun of her looks. While he may not have liked her behavior or arguments, there was no justification for insulting her appearance. Jasmine has been open about her body image struggles in the past and works hard to look good, putting in a great deal of effort at the gym. She has also had cosmetic surgery to feel confident in her body. Even though Gino was critiquing Jasmine's behavior, I believe he went too far by calling her ugly. Gino had joined the recent season in an attempt to repair their marriage. However, he frequently used a sarcastic tone when referring to Jasmine, indicating a lack of respect. As time passed, Gino's social media responses became increasingly harsh. Recently, he posted an Instagram story dismissing Jasmine's claims, calling her a liar and accusing her of displaying typical Jasmine behavior. It appears that Gino had held a negative view of Jasmine even before joining 90 Day, The Last Resort, which likely contributed to the failure of their relationship. In early 2025, Jasmine revealed she was expecting a child with Matt. She expressed her affection for him and described him as a wonderful friend. Over recent months, Jasmine continued to speak highly of Matt, sharing photos of him helping her with household chores and mentioning he is a great baby daddy. She is confident in his willingness to co-parent and provide support. Jasmine often refers to Matt as a crucial part of her support system in the United States. I assume Jasmine has intentionally friend-zoned Matt because she can't trust another man. She has also stated that her goal is to focus on her inner peace and future. In my opinion, Jasmine has made the right decision by not entering a serious relationship with Matt. Although they are intimate and share cozy videos, Jasmine doesn't want to label Matt as her romantic partner. I believe Jasmine is better off now. As long as the 90 Day, The Last Resort star and Matt are happy with their arrangement, they can call their friendly, intimate relationship whatever they want. When it comes to 90 Day fiancé couples, Gino Palazzolo and Jasmine Pineda have always been one of the most explosive, controversial and unforgettable pairings. Their fiery fights, tearful reconciliations and passionate declarations of love made for gripping television. Yet behind the entertainment, viewers could see the cracks widening in their relationship. While Jasmine was often accused of being dramatic or controlling, fans who followed their story closely can't help but wonder if Gino himself pushed her away, not through his actions alone but through the cruel words he often wielded during heated moments. A relationship built on passion and tension. From the very beginning, Gino and Jasmine's romance was a roller coaster. Jasmine was outspoken, emotional, and fiercely protective of her dignity. Gino, on the other hand, was often portrayed as more passive until his patience wore thin, at which point his comments could cut deep. They seemed like complete opposites, yet that was exactly what drew them together in the first place. Their relationship thrived on passion, but passion can easily ignite into conflict. For every moment of tenderness, there were moments of shouting, name-calling, and sharp criticisms. When jokes become daggers, fans have pointed out that Gino sometimes used jokes as cover for unkind comments. Whether it was poking at Jasmine's jealousy, questioning her spending habits, or mocking her dramatic reactions, the jokes rarely landed as playful. Instead, they chipped away at Jasmine's confidence. What Gino may not have realized is that Jasmine, though bold on the outside, showed deep vulnerability in how much she wanted to be loved and accepted. Words matter more to someone who already fears rejection. A cruel comment, even delivered in jest, can linger in the mind long after an argument has ended. Power of words in fragile moments. One of the things that stood out in their dynamic was how often Jasmine seemed to crave reassurance. She wanted to feel like Gino adored her, that he saw her beauty and value, and that he was proud to be with her. Instead, Gino would sometimes respond with dismissive remarks or subtle digs. Examples include moments where he criticized her appearance or lifestyle choices, questioned her loyalty, or implied she was too much to handle. Even small phrases like, "You're overreacting, Jasmine," or "Why are you so difficult?" could land like a slap. For someone who constantly put her heart on the line, these words created a sense of not being fully cherished. The public nature of their fights. Another factor that amplified the cruelty of Gino's comments was the very public stage they were delivered on. Arguments weren't just behind closed doors, they unfolded in front of cameras, broadcast to millions of viewers worldwide. When Gino said something cutting, Jasmine wasn't only hearing it as a girlfriend. She was hearing it as a woman whose partner just humiliated her in front of an audience. This public exposure made every cruel comment sting harder. It wasn't just a private wound, it became part of her storyline, part of how fans perceived her, part of the narrative she couldn't control. Create distance. Over time, words have the power to shape how someone feels in a relationship. Love isn't just shown through gifts or physical affection, it's shown through communication, empathy, and kindness. If Jasmine repeatedly heard criticism instead of praise or sarcasm instead of reassurance, it's no wonder she began to feel distant. Even if Gino didn't intend to be cruel, the cumulative effect of his comments could easily have created a wall between them. Jasmine may have started asking herself, "Am I good enough for him? Does he even like me for who I am? Why does he always make me feel small?" Cruelty as a defense mechanism. Some fans speculate that Gino's sharp comments weren't purely malicious but rather a defense mechanism. When Jasmine lashed out with accusations or demands, Gino may have felt cornered and resorted to barbed remarks as a way to regain control. But whether intentional or not, these comments still inflicted damage. Defensiveness doesn't excuse cruelty. It only highlights the communication gap between them, where instead of working through problems with patience and compassion, both parties relied on emotional weapons. The final straw. Every couple has breaking points. For Jasmine, it might not have been a single explosive fight that ended everything but the slow erosion of her self-worth caused by Gino's repeated unkind words. When cruel comments become a pattern, they reshape the entire relationship dynamic. Trust is replaced by doubt. Affection is overshadowed by resentment. Love feels more like a battlefield than a sanctuary. It's easy to see how, after years of hearing Gino's digs, sometimes subtle, sometimes overt, Jasmine could have felt pushed away. At some point, the cost of staying outweighed the comfort of being together. Lessons from their story. If Gino truly pushed Jasmine away with his cruel comments, their story serves as a cautionary tale for anyone in a relationship. Words are not just sounds. They are tools that can build or destroy. They linger longer than actions sometimes, carving invisible scars that change how people see themselves and their partners. In love, especially in a relationship already under pressure from distance, cultural differences, and outside scrutiny, kindness becomes essential. A cruel comment may feel like nothing in the moment, but to the one receiving it, it can echo endlessly. Could it have been saved? Some fans wonder if things could have turned out differently. Could therapy, patience, or better communication have helped Gino and Jasmine? Possibly. If Gino had acknowledged the power of his words and made an effort to uplift rather than criticize, Jasmine might have felt secure enough to stay. If Jasmine had found ways to communicate her insecurities without explosive fights, maybe Gino wouldn't have felt pushed to his defensive edge. But relationships thrive on mutual effort. When one person feels consistently diminished, it's only a matter of time before love fades into pain. Conclusion: a love story undone by words. At the end of the day, viewers may always debate whether Jasmine's fiery temper or Gino's cruel comments caused the greater damage. But what's clear is this: Gino's words played a powerful role in driving a wedge between them. Words can heal or they can harm, and in this case they seem to do the latter. So when fans think about why Jasmine may have walked away, it's worth considering not just the big betrayals or the dramatic fights, but the small, cutting comments that piled up until they formed an insurmountable wall. Because sometimes love doesn't die in one big moment, it slowly unravels, thread by thread, with every unkind word left unhealed.